Hi. It's good to be together with you again. I'm planning on three different segments. This one, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I know that may be awkward to some, but I regularly get asked questions about myself, about my journey. So I wanted to give you a brief little overview of who I am. In the next segment, I want to look together with you at some simple ways in which we can attract new customers. And then in the segment that follows that one, number 3, I want to look at how we keep customers. So this segment is about me. I am a very ordinary person, an ordinary man, raised with great parents and a good early childhood, a good life, and in my early 20s I began a great adventure of traveling the world. Part of what happened to me as part of my journey was, as a company owner, I discovered often it was very lonely as a company owner of a small business. Small business, even medium size and sometimes larger size businesses as an owner can be very lonely. People have a hard time understanding what an owner goes through. Sleepless nights, worrying about staff and customers and payroll, worrying about the things that happen from time to time geographically, historically, in markets, like the current handling of this flu, which in my opinion is much more of a talk than maybe what it really is. But I don't want to get into that here. I'm happy to discuss my thoughts about the truth about the flu anytime you'd like to in another forum. So what has happened to me is I have found myself over my lifetime to this date, and I believe into the rest of my life, working together with good company owners that also experience at times either loneliness or difficulty getting things done, or just would appreciate somebody to stand alongside of them and help them in their entering new markets, in their development of their company, in their trying to grow success outside of their core business. And so what I have done is repeatedly come alongside of good company owners and help them not be alone, help them have a qualified, capable friend. And so I'm somebody at this point in my life that has been in 116 countries. There are about 200 countries, give or take, depending on what day of the week it is and what the United Nations and others decide to do with naming countries and so forth. But I've been to 116 so far. There are many more countries that I want to visit. And that has given me international perspective. That's given me a collection of thought that comes from good people around the world. People that see things differently in some respects, and in other respects see things in the very similar way. So 116 countries and growing. After Canada, where I was born, and the United States and Mexico, still as a teenager, my first country after those 3 was Japan. And as you know, if you know anything about me, Japan is one of my top countries that I love dearly, and the people that I know there, and I really miss them and are looking forward to being together as soon as countries open up and allow us to travel freely again. So I've been in 116 countries, and that's given me an international perspective. That's given me something I believe of value to people. I'm also an individual that has built a significant network of people. In fact, every day I'm building my network, utilizing the technology and social media and reaching out and people contacting me because of referrals, and it's a combination of things, but I want to keep growing my network of people every day. Not just so that I can say I know this many people, but that I can interact with people and learn and be of help wherever possible and be of an asset to each of the specific company owners that I end up engaging with and trying to help in some respect in their business. I've got a lot of positive energy. Again, if you know me, I'm very upbeat. I believe we can get things done when often many people think there might not be a way. I'm an honest person. I try to do what I say I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it. In my early 20s, the company owner that I was engaged with gave me a great opportunity to travel the world, taking care of a number of Fortune 500 companies and their executive staff. And on one of those 30-day road trips, flying a private jet all over North America and Europe and in and out of institutional meetings and raising investment and so forth, as that road trip came to the end, I was in Geneva, Switzerland with the CFO of this Fortune 500 pulp and paper company that's based in Chicago with global operations. His name was Arnie, and as we got onto his jet that day with 2 pilots, there was nobody else on board the jet. No bankers, no lawyers, no secretaries, no other staff, nobody. Just him and me and the 2 pilots. And we got on board his plane. He went to the back and sat in front of a table with a mountain of cocktail shrimp. It looked fabulous. And I went over to the minibar and pulled up the door and started pouring his scotch. And he then said to me, well, there's 2 things, Danny, after this month of traveling with you that I like about you. I looked back and said to him, Arnie, what's that? And he said, well, number 1, you have no idea what you're doing when you pour my glass of scotch. But you know that I like scotch, so you fill the glass up to the top. That was true. I knew he liked it, and when I know somebody likes something, I try to do what I can to give that to them. So they're happy for the moment. The other thing he said is, at that time he had about 14,000 employees working for him. As a public company, all of his assets were known. And he said, there's one thing I've discovered about you that I can't buy, that I can't get on a dependable, regular basis. And as I looked back at him, I said, what? What's that? What's that? He said, Danny, you do what you say you're going to do, when you say you're going to do it. Very simple, non-technical, beneficial assets from my wonderful mom and dad and other key influencers in my life when I was growing up. So I'm not a technical guy. I'm somebody that comes alongside of a company owner that has good expertise in an area. Somebody that knows a business well. And they are looking for a like-minded extension of themselves to help enter, grow, add customers, products, distribution, all kinds of ways of helping them to grow their business. So wouldn't you like somebody that you could trust? It's not readily available, I've discovered in my lifetime. People will let you down. People will say that they want you, and then they don't want you all of a sudden for no good reason. So being an honest person is what I've discovered an important value proposition that I can give to each of the company owners that I work with, as well as friends and those that I meet along the way, wherever it's possible and whatever I can do with what I have at that time. I'm good with people. I'm not perfect. None of us are. But I am good working with people, listening, trying to understand, and trying to make a difference in their life. I'm adaptable. Uh, all of the company owners that I've worked with in my life had very different core expertise, core passion, core business desire. But I was able to each time, as I will the rest of my life, continue to work with good company owners that have an expertise that will allow me to learn very rapidly and on the fly so that I can take the principles, which are the same in every business that I've helped and that I'm helping now, even during this flu time, and apply them together with that company owner and their infrastructure, their staff, their people. So today was about me. Can you see that? And anytime you want to talk about how we might work together, just let me know. I'm happy to, time permitting, come alongside even while we use technology until we're able to do what I really love, and that's be face to face with people. We're able to plan, position, and see what we can do together rather than not together. So, thanks for taking some time to be with me during this time. I'm going to get ready to do the next segment, which will have to do with what I look for in attracting new customers, what might be helpful to you. And I'm looking forward to you participating in that YouTube video as well. Thanks again. Remember, what's life all about? Living as strongly as we can, loving as much as we can, and laughing. Letting the endorphins flow so that we together have strong immune systems and can be of healthy benefit to all those around us today and those that will come into our life. See you soon. Bye-bye.